Before I set anything up today, I want to talk to you about how I select my site. For me, site selection starts long before I start packing my gear. The planning process starts by using tools like Google Earth and Onyx Backcountry to find locations that provide stunning views while also selecting a site that is suitable for the tent that I'll be using. Our site today is on a southeast facing slope. These slopes get a lot of sun exposure and can warm up during the day. But with this additional sun exposure and warmth come trade-offs. While you have elevated temperatures, which make it more comfortable, you also have rapid melting of snow and ice, which causes the soil to become loose and muddy in places. The first thing I want to understand is the ground. Once I know how the ground takes a stake, everything else gets easier to read. This is why I like to do a stake test before I set up in wintertime. I want to see how the stake is going to hold. And as you can see in this location, the soil looked perfectly stable at first glance. The ground provided resistance as the stake went in, but only for the first inch or two. And as you can see with this stake, once a little bit of pressure was applied, it became wobbly. This would create dangerous conditions if I chose to set my tent up here and a big storm rolled in. With even moderate wind, these stakes would have been pulled from the ground, compromising the stability of the tent. But when you're camping in winter conditions, you have to not only trust your gear, you have to trust that the site you've selected will support your gear when weather turns bad. One of the modifications I've made to this tent is to put a small length of shock cord with a tensioner to the guy line insertion point on the tent. This allows for quick, easy deployment of the guy line, even in extreme weather conditions. I'm not judging overnight comfort here, just how usable everything feels. The zippers still feel smooth. They're not getting stuck. On this slope, in protected terrain, the Stella feels stable. This isn't a tent I'd take on an exposed ridgeline in a winter storm. That's just not what it's designed to do. So how did the Stella do? I was easily able to set up the tent, even in 18-degree Fahrenheit weather, even with fingers that were slightly numb from the cold. The Stella one-person tent makes sense for campers who want a lightweight, straightforward setup for cold winter conditions, especially if you value a tent that doesn't punish small mistakes when it gets cold. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.